Naresh, coming to you, let me get your BTST ideas.
First would be a buy on Bajaj Finserv. The stock is broken out today, expecting a move towards 2000, stop loss at 1920. Second is a defensive buy on ITC, which is trying to make a range takeout, stop loss at 407, target price of 416.
Bajaj Finserv and ITC coming in for Naresh. Kunal, what about you?
So I'll go to buy on Avenue Supermart. The stock coming into a breakout just about that 4,000 mark. So we'll look out for targets in the range of 4,200, stop loss at 3,900. And Trent is the other stock after 3 or 4 days of a mild correction. It's coming back, into a bit of a breakout or a reversal. So we'll look out for move follow through up move. Buy with a target of 5,500, stop loss at 5,000.
All right, so those are the BTST ideas coming in from our experts. If you look at the markets today, yes, the broader markets, about a profit booking actually very visible when you talk about the markets, given the fact that we've seen consistent sharp rise in the markets for at least 6 to 7 consecutive trading sessions. From there on, yes, we've actually now corrected in today's trading session with the benchmark indices trading flat. Cement is one pack. There was a buzz on back of the note coming in from UBS. You have JK Tyre. That one is under pressure in trade today because you have MK that has come out with a note where they've cut the target price for the company. So 2.6% down to come for JK Tyres. While on the other hand, you have Goldman Sachs, which has come up with a note on automakers and related stocks. They believe they are poised to gain given the fact that there is going to be potential pay hikes. They are saying that they're expecting 5 million government employees to get 14 to 19% more per month after the 8th pay commission hike. So on back of that, and also what was the bonanza that we had received in the union budget as well, once that kicks in, hopefully the automakers will actually perform well. Karur Vysya Bank, on the other hand, is the one in focus because you have Access Capital that's come out with a note where they initiated coverage with a buy rating. The stock is now flattened out a tad bit, but had a good ride through the course of the day. And Bernstein is saying that India will gain from potential US recession. Their Nifty target is around 26,500 levels. But Kunal, come tomorrow, what should one expect when you talk about the markets?
Well, I think even if we expect, the more or less a consolidation, that could be good enough because, we are trying to digest the gains of 1,700-1,800 points on the index. In fact, in the morning also, we were discussing that how 23,800 mark could be actually a good point where traders could look to trim out profits or long positions, at least by a margin of 10% to 20%. Because, when you're bound to hit a ceiling or a resistance, the markets take a pause, the stocks, get churned, you see fresh sectors evolving into breakouts, and all of that is happening today. For example, you've seen the bank Nifty or the banking index being a lot more tepid. Then you've seen underperformance or correction into the other mid-cap names. The mid-caps and the small-cap index have taken a back seat. And then you have the other sectors like the Nifty IT index, which is trying to offset the losses. So when you see such kind of a mixture, it indicates that the markets would consolidate for a couple of days. The good part is that we are heading to the expiry for the over the next couple of days, and with the kind of up move we've seen over the last 10-15 days for the indices, that should probably trickle into more long positions getting rolled over to the next series.
Okay, that's that on where the markets are headed right now. Just looking at how the closing trends are, and it's quite intriguing as to how there's only cement which is actually the clear winner. Other than that, metals, realty, telecom, power, cap goods, all of these have actually turned out to be the sectoral laggards, as has been the market breadth as well. But you know what, I'm going to thank Kunal and Naresh on that note and hand it over to Snehi for the closing trades.
Well, absolutely. Let's take a look at how today's trading session has panned out for us. Now, a couple of stocks were in focus, and in fact, only a handful of stocks have closed the day in the green, because let's take a look at what the benchmark indices have done first. And let's pull up the Nifty. It's very flat move coming in, a hint of a negative bias coming in. But that could change because, we have seen so many days of gains coming in. Overall, for the Nifty, we have been rather range bound in today's trading session. At one point, we had managed to reach the 23,860 new intraday high for us today, but now we're almost 200 points lower from, in fact, slightly more than 200 points lower from the day's highest point. So that's what's happening on the Nifty, and it's just a 22-point cut coming in on an intraday basis. But if you compare it with the day's highest point, then it's quite the steep cut that we have seen coming in on the Nifty. And no surprises that the Sensex is also largely in tandem with the Nifty. It's almost a 1/10 to 2/10% cut coming in for the Sensex. We've once again receded below the 78,000 mark on the Sensex and 77,850. So, quite significantly under the 78,000 mark on the Sensex is where we are at. And intraday cut of 130 points, but then yes, once again from the day's highest point, it's quite a steep fall coming in. On a spot basis, it's 0.2% lower coming in for the Sensex. Let's take a look at what Nifty Bank has done. It's been, leading the market one way over the last couple of trading sessions. Yesterday, it was the highest sectoral gainer as well on the back of both private banks and PSUs participating. Today, on the contrary, Nifty PSU Bank is the biggest loser. Nifty Bank also has not done all that much. In fact, it is underperforming the benchmarks as well. A 0.3% cut coming in on Nifty Bank, and Nifty PSU Banks today is lower by almost 2% in today's trading session. Let's pull up the broader markets because they have seen steeper cuts today coming in. Nifty mid cap is lower by a whole percent. In fact, it's deteriorated further. A 1.2% cut coming in on the Nifty mid cap index, and Nifty small cap also. It is the biggest loser on the street today. This basket of stocks, a 1.7% cut coming in and 285 points lower on the spot. Barely holding on to that 16,000 level is the Nifty small cap index. Let's talk about the advanced decline ratio in today's trading session. 2,170 stocks in the red. You only have a couple of stocks compared to that, at least. It's a 554 stock group coming in the green today, and very steeply in the favor of the declines is where the advanced decline ratio was today. And on the back of that, let's pull up India VIX. India VIX was also spiking up about 4% in today's trading session. It has cooled off significantly, but nonetheless slightly in the green. Not much to worry about because we had tested those 14.2, 14.3 marks on the India VIX today, and now we have receded from those levels. So at least India VIX is looking steady in today's trading session. Let's talk about some sectoral gainers and losers in today's trade. It was through and through the day of Nifty IT because its global peers, especially on Wall Street, Nasdaq did pretty well. It's a more than 2.5% uptick coming in on Nasdaq in yesterday's trade. On the back of that, Nifty IT has done very well for our markets today. A 1% uptick coming in on that front. The likes of Coforge, Persistent, Infosys, Emphasis, LTS Tech, LTTS, TCS, Wipro, all of them. In fact, HCL Tech and Wipro also had news flows of various collaborations and tie-ups coming in respectively. So both of those stocks have done well. That's a 2.2% uptick coming in on Coforge as well. Overall, the entire IT pack has ended the day in the green. Other than that, Nifty Financial Services is the one that's done decently for itself. That sector is in the green, but barring that, everything else has closed in the red today. Nifty FMCG is the least losing sector, a 0.2% cut coming over there. PSU Banks, a 1.8% drop coming in on that front, followed by media, realty, metal, energy, pharma and auto. Nifty FMCG is the least losing sector in today's trading session. Let's talk about a couple of stocks and sectors that were in focus. The entire cement pack was in focus today on the back of a UBS note coming in, wherein they're very bullish on the entire cement space. They've upgraded Ultratech, ACC, Ambuja ACC. They've maintained a buy. They've upgraded Dalmia Bharat as well, but Ambuja Cements has given into the market pressure. It's 0.2% lower. Ultratech Cement is the real outperformer in today's trade, a more than 3% uptick coming in, and it's the stock that has been giving some life to the Nifty on an overall basis because it's the biggest Nifty gainer in today's trading session as well. Kalpataru Projects has bagged an order over 2,366 crores, so that stock was doing up pretty well in today's trading session. Garden Reach has seemed to give in to the market pressure because they have also bagged an order win for two more MPVs with a German firm, so that stock is also held up mildly in the green today. But nonetheless, that's all we wish to highlight on this edition of Closing Trades. And today's trading session, we have unfortunately ended with a slightly steeper cut, and we've struggled to hold around the 23,600 mark. We'll give the rates some time to settle, but this is what it's looking like at the closing bell today.